the final project for C++. We were supposed to create a linked list for a bookstore, that is an information management system. In there we have class date, book and catalog. On the date we have private data types, year, month and day, and public data types. Then we have a regular constructor, as you can see right here in the void output, which outputs here month and day. Then under class book we have these private variables: string title, author, course, ISBN number, book number. Then public data types we have book pointing at next, meaning the book will be pointing at the next book. Okay, so book, these are the parameters. String title, it will have author, double quote, and here we use the regular constructor for the titles. For the book next. Then here, this is a default constructor where we prompt the user to enter the ISBN. Please prompt the user enter the ISBN, title, author, number of books, then cost. Then the next, this next, book next is equal to now. This is a book, temporary book, which is next. We initialize it to now, then destroy the book because it's a pointer, and you also delete next to avoid memory leakage. Then void ISBN bits, this is a emulator for ISBN, that is an accessor for it. Emulator for title, an accessor for title. Emulator for cost, an accessor for cost. Emulator for number of books, an accessor for it. Emulator for books, then book next. For the book next, and then an accessor for it. Then this void output method, it outputs ISBN title. This is the one we call in the main, and it will output everything. We also call it using cases, so it will output everything. This dot is this, so what is it? Then here we are in a class catalog. We are having the private variables book, pointing at head, and date, pointing at date taken, and public. We have the catalog, which is equal to none, and that is using the default constructor. When you delete catalog to avoid memory leakage, this is a destructor. Okay, so here book is pointing at P, which is equal to head, meaning the temporary book P is the head. Okay, then book P next, it is pointing at the next book. The book P is pointing at the next book. While P is not equal to now, P next is equal to P dot next. While P is not equal to now, P next is equal to, like, it is pointing at get that next. Okay, then delete P. When P is equal to P next, it will be the other, the head will now be P. Okay, because you deleted P, so by default the head will be P. because P was pointing at the get next. So the next book will become, then the in the whole in the district. In the void output is also self-explanatory. It's there. Then void add book. If head is equal to null, you're adding a book. Okay. If head is equal to null, open. Head is equal to new book. Creates a new book as the head of the linked list. If head is equal to null, head is equal to new book, meaning that if head is checked is equal to null, then the new book becomes the head. Or else it locates the last book in the linked list book, or it locates, like it looks for, it checks up to when, but this is up to when the book, up to when is equal to null. So it will place the book. Okay, put the new book at the end of the linked list. This one puts it at the beginning. If head is equal to null, this means that if the head is not equal to null, it will go and go P dot next. It will go to the next is equal to null P till when it finds where is equal to null. Then it's normally equal to null at the end of the linked list. So it will put it there. Okay, so you add book at the end. Then void deal at the beginning. This will do it at the beginning. This will do it at the beginning. If head is equal to null, to check for an empty list. Throughout, nothing is inside. You can also put here return. Return, it will return nothing, because if head is equal to null, what will it return? Nothing else. Book P, wherever I see book pointing at P, this is the temporary, P is the temporary book P, which is set to head. When head is equal to head, next, the head is the one it's pointing at. Free P. So you're deleting P. Okay? You're freeing P, because now you've said that the head, it will be the head, the next book P is pointing at will be the head. So now you can delete P. It's not obvious. You want to delete a book at the end, we'll do that. It's also self-explanatory. And come down, void order to order the book you want. Which book do you want? Title, how many copies, enter the date, year, month, and then when void sale, you enter the ISBN. These are all methods, okay? You can even come and look at them slowly. When print average, this is just going to help you finding the average of the books. You can browse through my comments, they're pretty obvious. Then see out average number of books to is. This one finds the maximum. Okay, the maximum number, like the maximum cost of a book in the bookstore. As I told you, this book pointing at P means P is a temporary book, which is equal to the head. It is the current head. It's the current first in the list. So int is equal to P dot cost. You make a variable max and set it to the cost of P. Okay, the temporary book P. Then where P is not null, meaning the temporary book is not equal to null, it is not at the end. Okay? So check Well, please note now, meaning this is going to help you check all the books you when you read the last one, because it's the last one which is now. Then, if P get cost is less than the maximum, I told you this variable max is there to help you set the value of the temporary book P. So this is the P pointing at get cost. P get cost, this is the temporary price. This is the price for the temporary book P is less than max. If it is greater than the maximum, then the maximum is equal to P get cost. Then this is the maximum. Okay, so P is equal to P is next. So another temporary book will be, then P is directed to point to the next book. Yes, because this one is our maximum. Now set well, P is equal to get next to be pointing to the next book. So this is the same explanation to the mean. You can read this. It's well commented on. So we'll return the numbers search, which is direct, and int name. Here I just called on the functions which I used. Okay, and now when I run, you see I first selected one. When I selected one, as you see the options, 1, 2, 3, is add. I added this, I added this. So here I selected option. I won't cut, but there are those the options that are pretty obvious. So even if I don't try them out, you can try them out on your own. So for I used the search after inserting this ISBN 22 and ISBN 2. So I used the search to search for 22. So you see in the library we get that book, okay, which is good. So now let me show you how to order the book. That is fine. Which book do you want to buy or borrow? Okay, so let me see, which book do you want to buy? Love. How many copies? 1. When you enter, the system prompts tells you enter order date, yeah, no, and date. So not order, so you will enter, this is 2019, 2019, now we are in April and the 21st. Okay, that is done. I've ordered it. So saying I can't press 6 or 7. Enter ISBN 22. Price of this book is that. This is what I want to see. We just enter the ISBN. IBSN is like the this person can see it's all the same. So price of the book is that. Remember I entered it somewhere here. The price I entered it somewhere here. You see 22, which is that. So here the book love I just entered its ISBN and then they told me price that. What is else? And then I want to see the average books in the stock, so I'll press 7. So the average book in the store there are 2. Remember I entered 2 books. Now I will want to delete some books. Okay, if I want to delete some book, if I press 2, I'll delete the first book. If I press 3, I'll delete the last book, and vice versa. But you can press anything to delete anything. So if I press 2, you can even delete that one in the middle. Okay, so when I press 2, I have deleted the first book. So when I put the output as 0, let me see. If I put the output as 0, it has deleted it. That is all. Thank you for coming.